People sometimes ask me or others on the channel, the I mean, yeah, the channel, you know, that in the IGCSE maths channel, this, yeah, that how do we round our answers? When do we round our answers? And should we do it during the working? And to what the accuracy should we round during the working and for the answer? When I wrote this, yeah, this is the like second last or the first or the second file, depending on how do you look at the order of the files in my study material. And this is the marking principle, marking stuff. This is from the February March 2025 paper 22 thingy. I just repasted it here, so it is forever to be seen. Now regarding accuracy, okay, here is the section on accuracy. If a question asks for a particular level of accuracy, then the marking scheme will include specific details. In other case, the following apply. Three significant figure connect on the answer line, allow full marks. More than 3 SF on the answer line and correct, either rounded or true to 4 or more figure accuracy in range provided, allow full marks. What does this mean? Meaning, so the answer line, like the dotted next to the marks area, okay, like where the marks is, there's a dotted line, that is the answer line. Okay, that is the final answer you submit. And if the answer has correct answers only, or that CAO thingy, then it will only look at that. uh, Here, if we have three significant figures, then allow full marks, meaning your final answer should be three significant figures, even if during your working it is a irrational, okay, or a very long number, okay. More than 3 SF on the answer line and correct, either rounded or treated to 4 or more figure accuracy in the range provided, allow mark. Meaning, if you do not round to 3 significant or correct to or not, you will still get marks even if you write more digits. Okay, in the February March 2026 solving, one of the was I wasn't sure how do we write the speed. Okay, if I should round it or not, and I just wrote the speed all digits. Okay, I got on the calculator. That will still be allowed because it says 4 or more figure accuracy in the range provided. Okay, in a marking scheme there is a range. If that number that you submitted is within the range, it will be accepted. Less than 3 SF on the answer line but correct to 3 or more SF seen in the working, then allow full marks even if rounded incorrectly. What does this mean? Even if you on the answer line do not provide 3 SF, okay, example, like less than 3 SF, example, you round it to the nearest integer, but and actually wanted you to be round to the nearest, to 3 SF. Okay, so what do you they if your working still has the original number, then you will get the full marks regardless. Okay. Seen in the working, meaning if you are keep doing like three decimal places during the working example, then it will still count even if you round it incorrectly in the answer space. 3SF incorrect on the answer line but 4 or more correct in range provided. What? Oh god. Okay. Bruh. 3SF incorrect on the answer line but 4 or more correct in range provided. Seen in the working. So if you have three significant figures, answer wrong. Okay, if it's like incorrectly three significant figures, like you accidentally do up to two SF or up to 4SF, whatever. Then but in the working, you have like more digits, okay, the accurate answer that you have, then it will be accepted. If the third SF is 0 after the decimal point, then allow marks for 2 SF answers. Okay, meaning that if you are working, okay, like during your working or during your something, okay, and if you get like point 0 and one of the answering, I also got 1 0. Like if you round the third SF and it still is 0, okay, then for that the marking scheme can ignore that 0 as well. Okay, so even if the guy does it up to 2 SF, okay, intended the third SF won't count because it's zeros, 0, and only in a decimal. Okay, it's not like after the decimal, the whole numbers still count. So here's an example. Suppose the calculated display correctly gives 6.32555532 and a general rubric on the front cover of the paper applies what? Okay. Meaning, so generally in the instructions on the front page of a you know paper, you are said to do like 3SF, whatever. Okay, so how do you do it? The marking scheme will follow the 3SF rule. Okay, so here example, you have the marking scheme will say 3.6.33 or 6.325 or 6.326. Okay, the first one is 3SF, second one is I don't know to what extent, like some 3 decimal places truthinated, and the third one probably is 3 decimal places correct too. 6.3 A0 if no more accurate answer in the working, A1 if correct, 3SF or more accurate answer in the working. Meaning if you just give 6.3 to SF, okay, then it will not be accepted. Okay, but if they see a more accurate answer, example, you give 3 DP during the answer, then you will be awarded the A1 mark. If you still have this less accurate answer, you will still be awarded if you did provide a more accurate answer during the working. Okay, so the general principle is 2SF answers will not imply method in most cases. Okay, so if you just have 2SF in the answer, then it won't be accepted all that much. If you find an answer on the answer line has clearly been spoiled from the 3SF or more answers seen, spoiled meaning around, like 2, 4 stuff. More what answer? I think more accurate answer. I think I messed a word. More accurate answer seen in the working. Example like further processing or not just rounding errors. Don't allow the marks. Okay. So like example, you have a answer. Okay, you like have 3.6.3255 answer, but you then do like some other thing, like you do it to 1 DP, you do it to some other accuracy, then 3SF, then it won't be allowed. Okay, so that is the ruling here. Okay, FT is then, here you can read it on money. Okay, here's the money thingy. Exact answer is this, and so here 123.5 and 123 on the answer line score 0 unless exact answer seen in working, in which case score A1. So what does this mean? On money, uh, the general rule is two decimal places, always. Give your answer to two decimal places, always. Okay, that is the rule. Because uh, even if it says to give it in dollars, okay, you still need to account for cents. Unless if the question clearly states give it to the nearest dollar, then you do not need to account for the cents. And no, we do not round to the nearest um, 0 point, nearest one decimal place also. Always 2 dp unless specified in the question. Exact. The second example here, on the answer line scores A1. Here, okay, the second DP is 0. If the candidate misses it, it'll be alright because you can just skip zeros if you want. Okay, but it is better. I recommend to just still write that 0. But if we just have the decimal expansion more than 2 dp, okay, stated, then it what hmm so if the answer, okay, is like a is like a awkward number, okay, like a repeating fraction and stuff. If the on the answer line you still do follow like kind of round it, give your answer to 2 dp or to some accuracy that it wants, then it'll score A1. Okay, i.e., correctly rounded to 3SF or better. Okay, so to 3SF or better. Okay, because the first two cases why I did not do A1 is because the exact answer was 2 dp already. Okay, 2 dp or better. And in inexact answer case, we did not know when to cut the answer off. Okay, I still recommend just doing to 2 dp unless specified in the question. Okay, that's on money. For inexact, for the answers involving these thingies. Yeah, for these, okay, if you have a thingy like this, okay, like some number multiplied by pi multiplied by 10 to the exponent stuff, you do not round. You do not round. Like here, we if we rounded the thingy, this thingy over here, the coefficient of pi, then it will do a 0 because you lost accuracy. You didn't, and that 0.005 is important and need to give your entire answer in pi. Or if you are in paper 2, paper 2 or paper 4, whatever, okay, in calculator, you then can just give your answer in decimal 3 dp and 3sf and move on. For the yeah, so here the second point is if the answer is in the form of a third and if it does not want to be simplified, okay, and just don't simplify. Simple. If you can simplify it, then simplify it. Okay, uh yeah, that's the ruling. Okay, so if the question does state simplify your answer, then simplify it. If it does not state that and this is a normal search question, you can simplify it if you want. Okay, rationalizing the denominator still applies here. Okay, and yeah, here there is like this stuff about truth, like if you copy it incorrectly stuff. You can read a thingy, I have it in my bottom. not in fractions, any sensible commas, square brackets, meaning it's not required, the zero is not required, uh, appropriate length, appropriate unit, meaning the unit. Now the FT thingy, you can read on your own. The so in summary, okay, this part is like, the I know it's a separate chapter. In summary, um, just have three SF in the answer. If it does not specify, if it specifies a different accuracy, follow that. If um, if it has a coefficient, okay, if the number is a coefficient, do not round it, even if even in standard form, since it demands accuracy of the mantissa, the number before the 10 to the exponent. And insert simplify if you want. If it specify, if it does not specify to simplify, do not simplify. If it specifies simplify. Okay. And lastly, during your working, just follow three decimal places. I follow three decimal places in my solving of uh, paper videos, and then you should also follow that.